recently Mike and I were hit up by me and my company. They've got this product called Digestive Results. And
100% all natural product that's going to help you in those hard times.
Yeah, it's the whole idea is like some people are afraid of eating spicy food because it messes with their stomach, they have trouble digesting, so they made this product to help you digest stuff. And they asked the Brothers Green, they said, listen, can you do like a spicy, like challenge us to make a spicy video?
And come on, what else are we going to do? The frickin' beginner's guide to Indian food, which I know a lot of you out there are maybe a little concerned about eating Indian food. I think when people hear, oh, we're going to go out for an Indian dinner, they get a little scared.
Sometimes
the butt starts tensing up a little bit.
I've had some scary instances where I've eaten too much Indian food, too spicy, and I had to run in the bathroom. So the product's here to help you out a little bit if you do have those issues. But we've also found that just learning how to cook and eat food on your own, you get to control the spice level, which is a huge help.
And
some of these spices are exotic, and you gotta just like...
They're exotic, but it's so fresh, and once you kind of get a grasp on how to use these spices, oh my God, you'll start using them in non-Indian dishes. So we're gonna give you like a general outline of a bunch of standard Indian dishes. We're actually gonna start off with something that's not 100% Indian. It was kind of made popular by the English. It's the tikka masala. That's Josh's favorite dish.
It's very like popular in America now. It's kind of like how pad thai isn't like this super authentic Thai thing, but in America it's become like the dish. It's the same deal with this, and we made garam masala. First thing you need to know about Indian food, first off, Indian food is amazing. It's aggressive, like they will punch you in the face, but garam masala is a spice blend. A lot of times you think of Indian food, you think of curries, but curry is such a it's such a transient word. There's so much associated with garam masala. If you get this powder or you make it at home, it's going to be the base for lots of delicious food.
And it was interesting. We made it at home, and to tell you the truth, it was probably the first time we ever made. I think the first time I ever made my homemade spice mix. We were at the Indian store the other day. It's actually a spice market called Kalushian's. The place is the best, and you just kind of get all the spices. And I saw they had a spice grinder there, and I had been wanting one of those for a while because I definitely wanted to make this. So we went for it. We took a pan and we toasted up like every spice there is.
Cinnamon, coriander,
clove, cardamom, black pepper,
fennel,
just all of those amazing herbs that you see, spices that you see in Indian cooking, and you definitely want to toast them off. That is the most important because it releases a lot of the flavors. You're gonna start smelling it, but you only need to toast it off for like 2 minutes. And if you want exact ratios, just go online and that's exactly what we did. We went online and we just kind of got a general idea. And then we just took all of those, we grated in a little nutmeg to the actual spice grinder and then just zipped it up. And this thing is amazing. I'm so excited to use this. And since it's so powerful, I feel like it will last us a while.
Yeah, it will. I mean, and here's the thing. What I'm going to do with tikka masala, what's amazing about it is you're taking chicken breast and you're basically marinating it in yogurt with spices. You can do it for a couple hours or overnight, but what's happening is it's tenderizing the chicken and giving you extra gloriousness in the flavor. So we're gonna make a super spicy yogurt. Yeah, why get like another pan?
I'm so confused.
That's gonna go in there, and Mike, you give that a little mix around.
I mean, already that looks amazing. And it's interesting because you don't think about marinating chicken in yogurt. That's what's so crazy about this dish. So you're going in with the turmeric. And what's the yogurt for, Josh?
The yogurt is for the tenderization. It's just you're not paying attention. I just said
you said it? Yeah, I missed it. I was too focused on how pretty it looks.
I said it and you forget it.
Okay. I say it and you forget it.
Okay, so that goes in. Do you have paprika, maybe?
Wow. I like your little trick of just doing it right in here.
So a little paprika, cayenne, turmeric.
So basically what Josh is doing is taking the garam masala, which is those whole spices, and then he's adding on a lot of like the spicy spices. Not as floral, but the, you know, the real like kick you in the balls spices.
Well, the garam masala gives you the base, and then from there you can add different things. So like this gives you a base of lots of different flavor, and it's like Indian heaven right in here, but if you want to make it spicy.
So this right now is the garam masala curry mix. Everything.
Yeah. I'm going to grate in some ginger and garlic. And what's going to happen is... So here's the thing about tikka masala. When I first had it, I was blown away. That was like the gateway drug of Indian food to Indian food. Like I tried it, I was like, yes, this food is incredible.
Which is funny you say that because there is nothing wrong with like popularizing a dish like that because it does turn people on. It's a gateway, potentially opens you up to some more traditional stuff. But there's a reason these things become so popular because it's like, it's just the dish that everyone will like.
I'm gonna put that down so we can give these guys a little taste of what the good old world looks like. All right.
And tikka masala was the big one. I think it's like the national dish over in Great Britain over there. It's the dish that everyone eats. It's the popular guy.
Cool, Mike. Now you can just mix that right with the chicken.
Wow. I gotta taste this first.
It's gonna be intense.
Salt or no?
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Luckily I tasted it.
Wow.
That's great. First time tasting the spice mix. I like it. It tastes like garam masala. Definitely.
It does. No, it really
definitely tastes like garam masala.
Keep in mind with traditional food, like some people are gonna watch this video and say that's not how you make it. That's how you make that. The reality is tradition is really housed within the person. So maybe what you consider tradition is like because your grandmother made it that way or your favorite restaurant, but that's not the same for everybody. So the idea is you're getting ideas here.
We need to do a video on traditional food because every time we do one of these videos, we go into, here's the deal with tradition. You need to like click this link if you want to hear our philosophy on tradition. So,
yeah, mix that all in.
How much?
Just all of it.
Oh, all of it.
All of it,
wow.
isn't it?
So what happens is basically the chicken marinates. And how long do you marinate it for, Joshua?
Chicken's gonna marinate, like I already said that, so just
God, I keep missing everything.
You gotta listen.
Who's learning here?
You need to listen. Use your freaking ears.
Linda, listen.
Listen,
Linda.
Okay, so that's gonna just chill out and marinate for, in our case, for as long as we have, which is not very long because this is live. It'll still be delicious, even for an hour, but I like to go overnight and I have a swap, which you'll see later.
So, what's the shortest amount of time you could do it?
An hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Well, you could do it right now. It'd still be delicious, but you won't get the tenderization.
You won't get as much tender. It'll still be delicious.
Now, what we're gonna do now is a very highly requested recipe. I've been whipping out this Indian tomato sauce in a lot of recipes in the past, and you guys keep commenting in. We want to see the Indian tomato sauce, and now you guys are gonna get it right here. And the cool thing about this tomato sauce, and the reason I love it, is I'm creating this like curry tomato sauce with so much flavor, and then you have this base. So you've got this delicious tomato sauce that you can add to anything. A lot of times I'll just throw in vegetables. I will throw in some of the tomato sauce. You got instant curry. Josh is actually gonna use it for the tikka masala. Yeah. So it really is this all-purpose spiced tomato sauce. It's got all of the elements of Indian food that I love. And let's get after it. So what we're gonna do first is we are going to temper off spices. And this is a huge Indian technique that you see all the time, and it really is one of like the big distinctions of Indian food. And what tempering is taking whole spices or ground spices and you start to fry them off in oil.
You use coconut oil.
I'm using coconut oil because I'm gonna use coconut milk later. And coconut oil, again, another big Indian ingredient. They use a lot of mustard oil, but coconut oil is big.
Mustard oil.
Yeah, mustard oil, you know, from like mustard seeds?
I mean, I assume that's where it comes from, but I've never seen it.
Well, I just took a finger lick of coconut oil thinking it'd be good.
No good?
Not the best. All right, so what I'm going to do is take some, let's see if we have them in my little spice rack. Josh is fucking me over here. He's just...
Endless.
Okay, so will you just smash up cardamom, one of the best spices of all time, but it's in a pod. So you gotta just crack it and release the inner goodness.
And you can tell,
I'm looking for cumin seed, Josh. What'd you do with it?
Cumin? I didn't touch the cumin seeds. Why would you?
What did you do with the cumin seeds?
Right here, you idiot.
Yeah, you got it? So sprinkle some cumin seeds in there.
Cumin seeds are a very big staple of Indian food. I've noticed even if you just get cumin seeds and mix it in stuff like rice, you're gonna get insane flavors.
Very nice. And then I also have these dried chilies, and you can use just, you know, I've got the regular chili flake, of course, you can use that. These I got at the market, and they're really special. So I am just going to break up. They're pretty good. I think That's what I love. If you have like your own chili, you get really used to the spice levels.
Sure.
So I know like if I add 2 of these chilies, that's gonna be the perfect spice for this tomato sauce.
Yeah, and what's happening is that, we didn't really explain, but tikka masala is this stewed chicken that's been marinated in yogurt, but then it's cooked slowly in this creamy tomato sauce. So
we're gonna use the tomato sauce for 2 dishes. We're gonna do it for the tikka masala, but I'm also gonna show you just like a vegetable curry with actually some paneer.
And I'm excited because when I make my tomato sauce, I usually keep it pretty simple. So this is gonna sort of add a little bit of a different step here.
So the smells are amazing. Does that remind you of anything? The smell?
A couple things.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when you cook something else. We won't get into that. We've got a video on it.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
So basically you temper those off for a minute. And again, you can see it's gonna start sizzling. You do not want to burn it. So do not turn the temperature too high, but you're just releasing those flavors.
And then what's next?
And then what is next? We've got another special ingredient that you see all the time in Indian cooking, and this is a ginger, garlic, and onion paste. So a lot of times you just see like a ginger and garlic. I added onion there, but it's an interesting technique that they use rather than just like, you make a normal tomato sauce. More than that, but yeah. Instead of throwing in whole ginger and garlic, they puree it up into a paste. And what we're doing now, or what Josh is doing, he's basically cooking this down and still doing the same technique as if you would throw it in whole, starting to really caramelize those flavors, bring out the goodness, because it's very pungent. I've got a lot of garlic cloves in there.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you smell it, but when you start to cook it down, you're gonna bring out the sweetness. Whoa. You're gonna get some caramelization going. And that's sort of like the base flavor of the tomato sauce right there.
So then
but
you
think
just
about how much flavor is going on right there.
So then you just toss in tomato?
So then we cook this. We gotta cook that for a good 3-4 minutes. Oh, this isn't even on. Because you really want to bring out the goodness. So do you want to start on something else?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, so after this is cooked down, you'll start to see the colors will change. Like I said, it's caramelizing. The sugars are getting toasted. And then we are gonna dump in
Is this neutral oil
tomato.
Right, is this Newtskis?
I've got all of this tomato puree. You can use canned tomato. I highly suggest just buying tomatoes, throwing them in a food processor. That's what we did right here. And I dumped that in. The flavor is going to be so much better than the can, but again...
time of year depending.
Time of year depending, for sure. That is a good point.
In the winter, get your good San Marzano tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well.
Okay, so question, what are you doing now?
So, when does this tomato sauce go in?
I want to cook this for another minute or two.
Okay, I'll show you something, folks.
So you're really just bringing out those flavors. It's so pungent right now, this mixture.
And this is focus. Are we sure about that? We're feeling good?
Sure. Okay.
Feeling good about it. Okay, so check this out here. Depending on how I'm feeling with this tikka masala, I add different things. Recently I've been adding the red pepper. It just adds this like hopow, hopow, hopow kind of
wow.
thing. So I've got
that much
one
hopow.
onion.
Maybe one hopow.
No, you'd be surprised how much hopow goes into these red peppers. So I have an onion.
About one hopow.
One red, yeah, one hopow. One onion, one red pepper, one whole jalapeno with seeds, and a couple cloves of garlic. And
that's for the tikka masala like stew?
Yeah. So I'm basically just gonna. You won't really get to see this, but we all know what this shit looks like. Okay. I'm just gonna toss all this.
We hear it, and it sounds glorious.
It's real. I promise you, it's real. I can guarantee you. No bullshit going on in here. So I'm just gonna kind of stir this down a little bit, get some of those flavors. It doesn't have to be like a high sear. It can be a little bit more
You're just softening those a little bit.
Softening these guys. Oh God, fuck.
And just coming back to this real quick, I could sit here and really bring out those flavors for another 20 minutes, but we're just gonna dump in the tomato sauce. I'm happy with it.
The whole point of these videos is to give you guys a little introduction. It's not to teach you these perfectly authentic life-changing recipes, but to show you, I mean, they're going to be life-changing.
Yeah.
But
What are you talking about? Don't undersell us.
But to give you like a really good experience into the beginning workings of Indian food. So you're like learning about spices, even if you don't have these spices or you have one, give it a start, give it a try. Even using the techniques of like tempering some spices for tomato sauce, it's delicious.
And if you really wanted like extra Indian flavor in this tomato sauce, what you could do at this point is not only add, you know, the whole spices that we tempered off in the beginning, but you could add a curry powder to this, but we're just gonna keep it fresh. I really like the idea of keeping the flavors pretty simple and just tasting everything, all those individual flavors. And right now I'm happy with what this is at, except it
it's spicy in here.
It definitely needs salt. So we're just gonna sprinkle in that salt. And then we're gonna let this stew down for maybe 10 minutes, I would say. And then the last finishing steps, basically, add coconut milk, add lemon juice to really bring out the flavors, and maybe some cilantro, we'll see.
Let me ask you a question. Here, can we switch, Mike?
Yeah, we're gonna switch. All right, see you later, say goodbye. Goodbye, tomato sauce.
Let me ask you a question. Do you just want to use that and I'll just dump in a can of tomatoes to this, or what? Or do you...
No, let's...
You cool?
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay, I was just thinking, I was like, you know, is that gonna be enough?
Well, why don't we just start on another recipe?
Oh, well, I'm gonna, in like 2 seconds, I'm gonna just dump the tomatoes in.
This.
I need that, yeah. So
Yeah,
you wanna get that out for me?
Okay, so what Josh is gonna do, before I complete the tomato sauce, I'm gonna take some out for his tikka masala.
Give me that masalskis.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Lord. Ginger. I feel like I want some ginger, and you know, I'm gonna go some ginger in there. Why not?
There's ginger in here, Josh.
Son of a bitch, you're
There's
right.
plenty of
See if
ginger
I
in
care.
there.
More ginger. They love ginger.
How much of this do you need?
Garlic in India. I need about a can worth.
Okay, that's about a can.
So what we're gonna do is I got Mike's tomato sauce. I'm gonna add that equal parts water to this.
Oh, he's getting tricky on me.
The beauty of anything, this kind of becomes a stew. Eventually I'm gonna put the chicken in here and cook it down with some cream and different things. So to me, the beauty of this is really like being able to cook it down. And the more water you have, the more you'll be able to cook that down.
Cook it down.
Let me see here.
Do you want to do right now, should we do the rice or the lentils? Or no, the chutney.
Let's just chutney it up.
Okay, so you're done with this?
Well, I just want to throw in a little garam masala because I like to really spice it on all freaking levels.
Wow.
You know, the man wants what the man gets.
So it's kind of nice. Josh is going for like the overly spice, which is very classic in India, and I'm keeping it a little more fresh over here. And I think that's an important part of Indian food. It's not just all heavy spice. There's just amazing fresh flavors too.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is gonna smell insane. This is actually looking quite more hefty in the chunky experience. We'll see how that goes. A lot of times I use a canned tomato and it's a little more like red and robust, but I think this is gonna be something to write home about. All right, cool.
Oh, wow.
So we can even go kaboom.
Okay, so you're gonna go chutney, right?
Chutney. So you guys better get excited for this.
What do you want for the chutney?
Boom.
We'll go chutney, we'll get that on the back burner, and then we'll go rice.
Chutney into the nutskis. So, chutney is a very big thing in India. It's used as like, that's like their condiments, right? So instead of having barbecue sauce, they've got like different chutneys. There's like mint chutneys, coconut chutneys.
Which you could argue is much better than barbecue sauce. You could argue. Not,
Good
maybe
luck
this
arguing
is the
against me.
wrong guy to argue
Better than
against.
barbecue, but equal. So, I've done this with green mangoes and ripe yellow mango. It depends on what you're going for. This is going to be a little bit sweeter and sour. So
wow, you're really like cooking it down in a lot of water.
I'm going to cook it down in a lot of water.
I didn't know that's, and there's so many, it's kind of like saying the word curry. There's so many different types of chutneys. You've got like the tangy vinegar base, and then you've got the fresh herb base, which we're going to show later. This is sort of the tangy fruit vinegar base.
Yeah, and to this I'm going to add some cumin. Do you have those coriander seeds?
Oh, you want the coriander?
I'm going to add a bunch of cumin seeds.
Your whole coriander?
Whole.
Okay, so how much coriander?
Let's keep going. Feel it out. That feels pretty good to me. Before I start cooking Indian food,
this is almost like a pickle.
Interestingly, kind of. Allergy season.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I need some allergy meds. Psych, I don't use them. Apple cider vinegar every day. No more allergies. Okay, so a little bit of vinegar. Probably a little bit more. The green mangoes when they're unripe, you can't eat them, they're delicious, but they're more tangy. They've got this like sour bite to them. As they get sweeter, the sweet come out. So I'm gonna add less sugar than I would if I was using a green bizzle.
Okay.
And my shizzle for nizzle
That's good common sense
wants
right
to
there.
expizzle its own condensate. Cool, so what's going on here? Now I'm gonna take, do you have that puree
I'm just
stuff?
gonna give you a stir, Josh.
Oh yeah, thank you. Mike, can I use some of this garlic stuff? Are you done
Yeah,
with this?
totally.
Shit.
So Josh is gonna take a little bit of the ginger, garlic, and onion puree.
Yeah, and this, like, you can really have fun and play around with what goes into this, because if you're not having fun in the kitchen, then get out.
Get the hell out.
Yeah. And this is basically gonna cook down for a long time. The mangoes are gonna soften. I'm gonna mash it up. It's gonna get kind of like sticky.
So that's it.
Flavor. But there's some chili. That's the only other thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna add a little bit of chili, and I guess I'll just cut over here.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about this. I would never, I was trying to say this earlier, cumin and coriander seeds. Coriander is actually the seed of cilantro. So people sometimes call it coriander. There's a lot of confusion. When someone says coriander, depending on where you're from, you might refer to it as the seed or the actual cilantro stem. So one thing that I found is in most cooking, I would never use whole coriander and whole cumin. It just seems like aggressive. But with Indian food, they like the aggressive, and when you get used to it, it's one of my favorite things now.
Okay, so throw in that chill. A little extra spice.
Chill.
And right after this, we're gonna just finish off. Do you want to go in with the tikka? Because I can finish off the tomato sauce real quick for them.
Yeah, finish off the tomato.
Okay.
The tikka needs a while. That's gonna be more.
Well, just throw in those chilies.
Chilski's all right. Chilski's going in.
Okay.
Give that. You wanna give that a little mix for me?
There's your mix.
That's a
There's
bullshit
your
mix. Where'd that spoon go? No spoon.
I'm mixing, son.
Your son mixing? You stealing my shit?
Okay, so we're gonna cook that down on the back burner for how long?
This is probably like, gonna be in 20 minutes,
Okay.
half hour.
So
until
we're
it's
switching
done,
this
as
out.
they say.
Okay, so this tomato sauce, I could probably cook a little more water out of it. But what I'm gonna do is, you can see it's reduced a little bit. I'm gonna take some good old coconut milk or coconut cream. Add, it's up to you how much you wanna add. But you'll see this really gives it a nice creaminess. It's gonna turn it pink as well, which I think is really unique. I'm gonna hit it with a little lemon. A lot of my tomato sauces I'll just hit with lemon rather than like vinegar or red wine, just because the flavor is so fresh. And it's really just gonna make it more exciting.
How's it smelling? Indian.
Okay, and then the last thing, I was gonna hit it with cilantro, but at Kalustyan's the other day, the spice market, I got curry leaves, which I never get to use. So I'm just gonna pick a few of those off and throw those in.
Sometimes
they're pretty powerful, so you don't need too many.
Sometimes if you get a really good garam masala mix, you'll actually see like whole cardamom and curry leaves.
Yes.
Which I got that at Kalustyan's one time.
So for the again, you can use cilantro or you can totally skip the herb.
Center right
you do
there.
not need the herb, because I doubt it's hard to find curry leaves. It's just kind of special for me right now because I never get to use them. So just enjoy the moment with me.
Hey, where's my dogs
so
at?
You can see it's gonna turn pink.
Snapchat, what's up? Snapchat Brothers Green. This is Brothers Green. Best Snapchat in the game, I think.
Whoa, look at that.
What's up, Snapchatters? You are inside of a video that's being filmed inside of a video.
Whoa.
Within a video.
Snapchat
This is
Inception.
the Matrix. Indian.
And I do like to add the coconut milk towards the end because it's pretty delicate. So I don't like to overcook it. So right now, we'll taste it.
That's good. Damn.
Very fresh.
I really like that.
Little more salt. Definitely needs more salt.
Oh, God.
And we're just gonna kind of cook it down for, another maybe 2 to 3 minutes till we get it to the point we like. And there you go. That's just like a super fresh tomato sauce. I'll try to make a lot of that on a Sunday. I've been doing this a lot recently. Make this on a Sunday, and then every morning before you go off for your day, take a pan, throw in whatever veggies you've got, and saute those up, and then add this tomato sauce, and then you can just serve that over rice or whatever. But you're gonna see that in a second, because I am going to actually turn this into a vegetable curry.
Let's see this so-called famous rice you speak of.
Yeah, so what I did, I just took the tomato sauce, it's in a bowl. We're reserving that for a little bit later. This rice recipe will blow your mind. That's what's great about a lot of these recipes in general. It's not like you have to make Indian food. It's just like, okay, this rice now is the best rice that I make.
Yeah.
It is the best. So what we're gonna do is the same technique with maybe a few different spices. We're gonna temper off a few. Josh, you can help me out. So we're gonna start with the coconut oil. A little bit of the coconut oil in there.
Star anise.
And then Josh, add a little bit of star anise.
Just like one?
You can break it up. Yeah, you don't need, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot, yeah. Jesus. Okay, so a little bit of the star anise. We're gonna take some cinnamon. Will you break open some, you don't have to, yeah, just like crack them and we're gonna throw them in whole.
This?
Cinnamon, come on. Come on.
Just like
just
that?
Half, yeah.
Oh, just
we don't
half.
need it, yeah.
You want it.
So we're gonna go, you know, I'm gonna break that. Just
cardamom, do you want to break up?
Yeah, just crack them. So cinnamon, it's always good to crack them. You get a little more surface area, especially with the cardamom, because you want to release. Okay, well that's a lot of cardamom. We don't need all that.
Cardamom is you know, use it sparingly. It's not the cheapest thing.
These are small pods, so I'm going to use 4 small pods.
And mustard seeds?
And then the last thing is mustard seeds. And the cool thing about mustard seeds, when you cook them, they kind of tell you when the rest of the ingredients are ready to go. So we're going to sprinkle in the mustard seeds, which is, because you'll see, they're going to start to pop. It's like popcorn. Once the mustard seeds start popping, we're going to go in with the rice. And I've got some rice right here. This is basmati rice, which you'll see a lot in Indian cooking. It's a long grain rice. And what I did with this is I just soaked it. And it's great for rice to just soak it in water until it runs clear. And then it's going to take out a lot of the starch, so it's going to be a little fluffier.
That smell is insane.
Oh my God. So yeah, just some soaked rice. I took out the starch. And then once these start popping, which is going to happen in a second, I'm going to go in with the rice. Oh, popping. Okay, so that's 2 cups of rice. And another cool technique is we're going to take it, the rice, and we're going to kind of cook it into all those spices. Whoa. So it's like it's kind of like the way they do risotto. We're getting a pre-cook on the rice and it's absorbing all of that delicious flavor, and you're starting to kind of brown the rice and caramelize the rice a little bit, and it's going to bring out like a nutty aroma in the rice.
It smells so good I could choke you. And and the cinnamon, toasting that is insane.
This guy.
It already smells like the craziest Indian food I've ever had.
So yeah, we're just toasting the rice until it turns slightly brown, but you know, we don't have too long here, so. And then what I'm going to do is I had 2 cups of rice, so we need 4 cups of liquid. It's the 2-to-1 ratio. So what I'm going to do is maybe 1 cup of coconut milk to 3 cups of water. And we'll just add that right in there. I think, yeah, 1 cup coconut milk. And the coconut milk, if you've never had coconut rice, go yourself. Just joking. Basically, go try it immediately. It makes rice so much creamier, so delicious. The first time I had it, my mind was blown. All right, we're toasting it. Let's see. Getting a little bit of color. And again, with this, you could sit here and toast it for a while and really bring out some delicious nuttiness, but
let's get this.
We're just gonna go in with it.
For
the flavors are infused.
Oh my God.
All right. In 1 cup coconut milk, 3 cups water. So that's a 2-to-1 ratio on liquid. Oh, and salt. Almost forgot. That would have screwed us big time. A little bit of salt. All right. And then we're gonna stir that. Basically bring this up to a boil. That's the standard technique for rice. You bring it up to a boil, the liquid, you put a cap on it, and you reduce it down to a simmer and then cook it for like 20 minutes if it's white rice. If it's brown rice, cook it for longer.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
It's actually already bubbling because it was so hot. So what I'm gonna do is cover it, put it on the back burner for 20 minutes.
Take the back.
We've got so many things on back burners.
Endless back burners. Okay, so, whoa. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Here's the deal. I'm going to add, I'll show you guys.
Why don't, yeah, bring it over.
Real quick. Ha, fuck! Okay, so I actually added, in full disclosure, I added a can of tomatoes because I just wanted to get that extra robustness and have more of this sauce because it's so good. So now, this is the tikka masala mixture. I'm gonna add some cream. Whoa!
Hit him.
Mike, will you salt me a little bit?
Salt you.
So the cream goes in, then it starts to turn this beautiful pink color, which is like, okay, I see what's going on.
Okay.
Cool, right?
Oh, wow. That's interesting. We have 2 pink tomato sauces.
2 pink tomato sauces, and this one is gonna be the best you've ever tasted. So.
Not better than mine. Well, you took a lot of mine. So.
No, this is mine. Full disclosure again, this is mine. Okay, Mike, what am I doing to myself? Today is a rough day, folks.
It's hard cooking in this little kitchen, my friends. All right, so you're gonna go in with the chicken,
cast
right?
iron? Yeah. Cast me.
Okay.
Cast me in iron.
There you go. It's gonna take some time to heat up a little bit.
Okay, so now here's where things start to get cool, right? Because I'm the coolest, things get cool. So I had already made this chicken tikka masala, and this actually used chicken breast, and I used a little bit of chicken thigh just to switch it up a little bit.
Because you know I love that chicken thigh.
Normally you're looking at a max 1-day marinade. This is two days.
Oh my God, so that's some tender chicken. Damn.
I don't know what the hell is going to be going down, but I'll tell you, it's going to be tender. And what you're doing is you're basically taking that chicken that you've marinated, now that it's tender and it's full of spice, you fry that up and then in batches.
Whoa!
Fry it in batches, right?
This smell coming off this bag of chicken.
It's the tenderest, most...
Oh my son of
the
a
world's
Lord.
most marinated chicken.
That's so crazy, the idea of frying up yogurt chicken.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
But what happens when you fry it up?
The first time you did that, I was so confused.
But here's the thing. With marinades, sometimes people will pat stuff dry and this and that. Yes, technically you could do that, but what I like is actually it's cooking the yogurt and the spices more, so you're getting a whole new dimension of flavor when it goes into that pot. So we're gonna go with this cast iron, and you have the choice to either not overcrowd the pan, which is probably...
Well, do you want to cook all of the chicken?
Not all at once. I want to cook it all, but save some. Yeah. Start with that. I'm just giving it a little sear, and Mike, if you have one funny thing that I was doing, I'll show you guys. I have a big blowtorch. Mike's got the little pussy bitch one. But what I was doing while it was cooking, I don't know if you have enough gas, but I was basically going like this, right? So what's happening now is I'm getting like the tandoori kind of grill experience on top, so it's going to have a little extra smokiness.
That could be the dumbest thing you've ever done.
And yet the smartest.
And yet the most genius.
Yeah, and then no one's doing this in the game.
That actually, look at that. That looks
cool, right?
Good. Yeah.
When I have my big blowtorch, it's just
That's
instant.
crazy.
And you can smell that, Mike. You get like the smells coming
Oh my God.
Right?
That's nuts.
I'm telling you, you guys, if there's one weird kitchen gadget I think everyone should have, it's one of those big flame-throwing blowtorches. This one's pretty cool too, as a little thing, but now when I eat meals, I literally
I can give you some more juice.
When I eat meals, I sit with the blowtorch next to me, and if I want to like melt some cheese or like grill something, it can't be right.
Whoa!
Right?
I gotta try it.
Weird. Unjuiceable.
Wow.
You can get.
So what's next? We're gonna do this, and then the lentils.
Do this. The lentils, and then we have a little chutney, and the naan. The naan is a cool thing, which this is like.
Do we need to fry up all the chicken, or can we just do this?
What we're gonna do is we'll fry. I'm gonna toss this in now. So you guys, you get the idea. You fry up the chicken. We could definitely go longer, and I absolutely normally would.
That's the moral of today. You can always go longer.
That goes in.
You want more chicken?
Yeah, give me the rest of the chicken. Whoa, Jesus Lord. Some oil. And then, but what you need to do,
rest of the chicken going in,
is now you want to turn your tomato sauce down, so you're not going to overcook the chicken.
It's a stew now.
It's stewing now, yeah.
We're stewing.
Oh my god, and it's smelling. There's something about tikka masala. Every time I make it, at first, like I'm a little bit nervous because it's not tasting where I want it to. But by the time it's done and I sit down to eat it, life is just changing.
Question: do we need to do the lentils?
Technically, no, we don't. We can skip them.
Just because they might take a long time.
Will you give me a little more of the other chicken? I kind of want to do a double chicken experience.
Oh, okay, where's the other chicken? Oh yeah, because I have to cook the curry too. So we're just frying these pieces off.
Let me fry a little bit of these too. Get a little extra from today in there.
Wow, okay. I'm so excited for this. I'm super hungry. It's gonna be a feast.
Feast of the ages.
All right, so we're gonna get this off. Then we've got the chutney. Why don't we just do the chutney? The other chutney.
The other. Oh yeah, the other chutney. Yeah, you want to do that right now, so I can just have this frying here, and you can.
Oh yeah. Good point. Good point. Okay, so like we said before, there's many different types of chutneys. They're like condiments. They're toppings in Indian cooking. This is going in here, by the way.
Why?
What we gave you is the mango chutney that's basically stewing down over there. That's going to be very sweet, and that's also going to be very tangy. So it's like if you want to add that little bit of kick, it's kind of like, you know, that ketchup has that tanginess. Over here, we're going to give you a totally different type of chutney to show you the range. It's going to be a fresh herb chutney. So what we have is very simple. We're going to rip up some mint leaves. We're going to throw some of those in.
Choking on my chutney.
All right. Oh, the mint.
Just save me some cilantro.
Reminds me of mojitos. You want some cilantro?
I need cilantro at the end.
All right, then I'm going to throw in some cilantro and just enough to not save Josh any.
And I'll burn your goddamn face off.
More mint. More mint. Or a little more mint. And you can use any herbs, even like basil would work great. It's the best thing about these herb chutneys. Just get weird with it. All right, so then we are going to hit it. I actually have another half of, where'd that go? I had another half of lemon. Where you at? Where you at, lemon?
And I need some lemon too, so
okay, so
don't use all the lemon or I will kill the white man.
Here you go. We're gonna hit it with just a little bit of lemon. Hopefully no seeds. There's a seed. Okay. And we are going to go in.
Isn't that mine?
We're gonna go in with a little bit of ginger. A little bit of ginger and also a little bit of green chili. So we have a jalapeno over here. This is like the ultimate green sauce, you know? I'm actually taking out the seeds because we don't need it too spicy. We've got enough spice in this meal. So ginger, jalapeno, lemon. What else? I think
that's good. Just zip
yeah,
it
so
up.
we'll zip that up, and if we need to add oil or anything like that, we will.
Could add a little vinegar, but
Oh yeah, well we have the lemon.
yeah. You want it to get nice and
Yeah.
liquidy though, right?
Yeah, so we can add a little bit, or we'll oil turn it.
This chicken is going in.
Wow, that is fresh. Okay, I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil. I'm just adding a neutral oil here.
Like, just so you know, I gotta leave the second this is done, so you get to clean up and.
Who? What? Where?
See
when?
you later. I gotta get the hell out of here.
We've got so much more cooking.
I gotta go see about a girl.
So you want to start on the naan? Oh, salt. That is definitely not salty. This is almost like a pesto.
I feel like recently I've been forgetting to put salt and stuff. I don't know why I've been forgetting about the salt. I'm like,
It's all right. It's all right to forget. Oh wow, look at that. Look at your chutney.
Chutney's looking
good. Okay,
good.
so look at this. We got both chutneys there.
Are we focused over there? Is it?
A little more oil.
Here I was thinking I wasn't gonna spill all over my shit. Oil? No vinegar? You like? Interesting. So I might blend that. I'm gonna just mash up this now extremely soft.
Extremely soft. All right. I'm happy with that.
And then, just like so, Mike's got his chutney. We got the double chutney experience going on here.
It's crazy to combine flavors like whole coriander with mango. That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
All right, so chutney done. I'm gonna remove that.
Let's stop. And we'll be right back after these messages with the Brothers Green. And if you like this shirt, why not head over to our store and buy one? They're freaking awesome and they are food.
Okay, so the chutneys are done and we just have a few more things and we're about there. Oh, you know what that means? Rice is, holy shit.
Whoa.
Let me just see that.
It looks like eggs.
Wow, yeah. Oh my God. You
gotta
gotta see this.
You got your rice bowl or what, baby?
Look at this. Oh,
come on, baby. You got that bowl?
The coconut milk like rose to the top.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
What? Okay, what are you putting it in?
Insane.
Leave it in there.
Leave it in here. Got that out of here. Oh my God.
Get it where?
Best rice ever. Just put it in the other room. The other room, which you'll never see. You have no idea what's going on in there. Okay, so we're gonna finish up this Indian feast with a little vegetable curry. Actually, vegetable and paneer. I'm lucky enough to grab some paneer cheese because we were in that special market the other day. But I'm just gonna fry up some cauliflower that I chopped up. And then in here I've got cauliflower. Josh is gonna chop up the, oh no, I thought he was gonna help me out chop up the paneer,
well,
but he's just.
Because last night I was testing around. What do you want, a cube too?
Yeah.
What
were you testing?
I was testing out to see if I could use like a different kind of cheese. You know,
Yeah.
Like a fryer cheese or like a mozzarella.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't work as well, but it still works really well.
So paneer cheese is a very popular Indian cheese, and it's just like a very firm mozzarella.
It's a little sour.
Tiny bit sour, but they use it in different curry dishes. One of the most famous is the saag paneer, which is the spinach curry with paneer, but it holds up great in stir fries. Again, you can use any type of like hearty, thick, fresh mozzarella type cheese, or you can just skip it. But you know, when in Rome, when in India. So while we're doing this, why don't we roll that out over here?
Where's the dough?
You can't have an Indian feast without some Indian bread. And what we are doing is Indian naan. Josh has some dough. Why don't you chop that? So what we did was just got pizza dough, all right? We call it AP dough, all-purpose dough. This is your standard yeast dough. You would make pizza with it. Josh is gonna roll it out, and then what are we gonna do? Fry it in butter?
Fry it in some ghee.
Some ghee, not butter.
Ghee is basically butter that has the whey, I guess, taken out or something, right?
Clarified butter.
Clarified butter, yeah. They take out, I think it's the whey. So they take out something, so it just becomes butter. And it's actually for people that are lactose intolerant. They take out the lactose.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you can actually.
And probably the most popular Indian cooking oil or fat, so you could say.
What am I gonna do to roll this out? Because your flour is...
Do you need flour? Can you roll it out in oil?
I can try. Oil, just straight up oil?
Yeah, oil's the best technique if you don't want to get things dirty.
Flour.
Yeah, just roll it out in oil.
Good.
So I've got the cauliflower fried up. I'm going to add some chickpeas, another very popular Indian curry ingredient, and then a few artichokes, which I really just love the taste of. It also, like, since it's a veggie curry, they add a real nice heartiness. A few of those. We'll fry those up for a little bit, and then we'll go in with the paneer. Look at that. Look at that.
And here's the thing about naan, it can be rustic looking. I've seen it done in circular, like pizza form. I've seen it in these long things.
AKA an excuse to roll it out like an asshole.
Yeah, basically. If I care.
Hey,
I'll show you guys one up close after Mike's done being a douchey veggie fryer over here.
I'm actually going to add the paneer now because it is so firm. It can hold up to a little bit of stir frying. It's not going to instantly melt. I like when it starts to slowly melt a little bit.
But yeah, so with this bread, you're really just cooking any dough using a little clarified butter. If you don't have clarified butter, it's cool. You can use oil. It's still delicious. You can add in like some roasted garlic on top of it, whatever you want. But
the other night we went to an Indian restaurant and they served a garlic one, they served an onion one. They were so good, but they're super soft in the middle and crispy on the outside. Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, Lord.
And it's like, come on. You just need some crispy bread. There's also roti. When you're eating all these curries,
soak it up.
You need to soak it up. There's going to be extra sauce everywhere. It's just mandatory.
One thing I realized yesterday, I was cooking some Indian food for friends. It's like, when we got the dishes at the restaurant, they were so small. I mean, this isn't going to be enough. But you realize there's so much flavor that you have. It's actually ends up being cheaper because you don't need to make so much of it. If you make a big thing of rice or some bread, and then you have these really intense curries, you're able to eat just a little amount and feel like you're eating a lot.
Which is a great segue into what I'm about to do. It's the whole idea of this tomato sauce. It's like you make it for the week, and then all you need to do is cook up some vegetables like this, and then you have this instant flavor enhancer. So what I'm gonna do right now is just spoon over some of that delicious tomato sauce. All right. Save some for tomorrow or 2 days or 3 days.
It's a good point. It kind of, this is kind of cooking for the week in a sense. Like you're making a big tikka masala. You got your chicken, you got your veggies with the post-sauce experience.
You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna add in some fresh coriander.
Whoa, what about my coriander?
How much do you need? For what?
For this tikka.
Oh, for the tikka?
With coriander. Don't just go around taking my curry.
A little bit of fresh coriander.
Always trying to take my curry.
And then just taste it for seasoning, and you're done. Let's see. Oh. Oh, hell yeah.
Good. Move to the center. Gotta get that beautiful center shot.
Amazing. Don't need any more salt. Love it. All right, so we've got the naan frying up nice.
Let's do some more. So is this done?
That's done.
So put it in a bowl.
Oh, so you want to put the naan over there?
Yeah, I want to get.
We can break down, Josh, for the final.
All right, so check this out. Doesn't look like much just yet, but what I'll do is I will take.
Show them what you do, Josh.
If you want to try to work on rolling out some dough over there. So.
Okay, a few more.
I'm gonna take a little bit more of this ghee because you never have too much ghee in your life.
Wow.
This is like the truth. This is like the herb butter of the Indian.
It's not the herb butter because there's no herb.
No,
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
It's the equivalent. It's like you're fucking Mac Gold. Yeah, look at that.
We are about to feast, my friends. We are about to feast.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
Wow. And another great thing you can do with these, and I've seen many recipes out there that do this, you'll sprinkle on some curry powder just right onto these, to these naans, and it just gives it that little extra zip.
I don't want none of that.
See, I've been holding out. I've been holding.
Shove that thing in your butthole.
I'm gonna come over with this. All right, so we are just going to finish the tikka. We've got the naan. This is the last step before we feast.
A little bit. Cilantro can go in nice and like kind of whole. At this point, you're turning the heat off because I don't necessarily want to cook the lemon juice like out. I just want to get that flavor.
Yeah.
So it should still be hot. Same with the cilantro. I don't want to be cooking it.
Lemon juice. Wow.
And then sometimes with a dish like this, you're tasting it and it's really good, but it's missing something. It's okay. Just wait to the end when the cilantro and the lemon juice get in there. Oh my god, yeah.
I like it because this curry is much more intensified than the one I made, so it's kind of showing both.
All right, let's break down. Let's get our feast.
All right, time to feast.
Oh baby, all right.
Time to feast.
Are you kidding me? Rice down first.
So just a little review. We've got the spiced coconut rice right here. That have mustard seeds and cardamom.
Trying to eat the whole pieces of.
Yeah, that's one
cinnamon.
thing. The cinnamon and the cardamom, it's great to cook them whole, but you don't want to be chewing on them later.
No, you do not. But
we've got tikka masala. Holy shit.
I'm excited about that. All right, give me it.
Wow. A little bit of chutney. And the chutney, you know, just throw that on the side. Just have that as, it's like a dipping sauce. A little condiment.
Exactly. And this tikka masala, you want to make sure you get a lot of that sauce. And depending on how long you cook it, it can be really thick, it can be a little thinner. This one's kind of in the middle.
We've got the veggie paneer curry.
I'll take it. Looks cool for us.
And then, of course, naan, which is mandatory for just getting up in this tikka.
Getting up in that spicy tikka. Tikka-dee-tikka-dee-tikka.
I'm going in for the tikka.
You're just going right for it, I like it. What do you try? This mango chutney is trippy. Yeah, there's something about, to me, naan and tikka, straight up, yeah, a little chutney, heaven. Huh. Like that.
Wow. Oh, that chutney? These chutneys are great because you've got like the ketchup one, the sweet vinegar, and then you've got the fresh.
I'm gonna tell you a little something about eating Indian food. India, a lot of places they eat with their hands, which is great for me because I love eating with my hands. Yeah, I love eating with my hands. However, as it turns out, they only eat with their right hand, which isn't great for me because I eat with my left hand. Apparently it's offensive because you wipe your butt in India with your left hand and you eat with your right. So if they saw me eating, they'd be very upset. Thank you, me and Mai, for sponsoring us and inspiring us to do this video. Digest results. I could eat this all day. Alright, goodbye.
Are you still around?
Is this thing still on?